You're watching this video right now, and that is not an accident. Out of millions of people scrolling past content every second, you stopped here. Something pulled you to this exact moment, to these specific words. And what I'm about to tell you is going to sound impossible until you realize it's already happening. The lottery jackpot you've been dreaming about, the one you've played for, hoped for, visualized winning, it's not random chance anymore. It never was. You are being chosen, and the fact that you can see this message, that you clicked on this video, that something inside you said, "This is for me," that is your first confirmation. The universe doesn't bring people to messages they're not ready to receive. So, if you're here, keep watching, because what you're about to discover will change everything you thought you knew about winning, luck, and destiny. Let me ask you something. Have you felt it lately? That strange pull toward playing certain numbers, that recurring thought about what you do when you win, not if you win when you win, that's not fantasy, that's not wishful thinking, it's premonition. Your future self is reaching back through time, sending you signals, preparing you for what's already been set in motion in the quantum field. And most people miss these signals completely because they don't know what to look for. But you're different, you're here, and that means you're waking up to something most lottery players never understand. Winning isn't about mathematical probability, it's about energetic alignment. The lottery is not a game of chance. It's a game of frequency, and right now in this moment, your frequency is matching the frequency of abundance. That's why this video found you. Every major lottery winner has a story, and if you listen closely to those stories, you'll notice something strange. Many of them say the same thing. I just knew. They felt something different that day. They had a dream. They saw a sign. They felt compelled to buy a ticket when they normally wouldn't have. This isn't luck. This is the universe communicating through sensation, through intuition, through what we call synchronicity, and you've been receiving these communications too. You just didn't know you were supposed to pay attention. Think back over the past few weeks, the past few months. How many times have you seen repeating numbers 111, 22, 77? How many times have you thought about abundance and then immediately saw something that reminded you of wealth? A luxury car driving past, a commercial about financial freedom, a conversation overheard about someone who just won something. These aren't coincidences, they're confirmations. The field is responding to your desire. It's showing you that the path is opening. But here's what nobody tells you about winning the lottery. It's not just about buying a ticket and hoping. It's about becoming the person who wins before the numbers are even drawn. Let me explain what I mean. In quantum physics, there's something called the observer effect. The act of observing something changes it. Your consciousness, your awareness, your expectation. It literally influences outcomes at the subatomic level. Scientists have proven this in laboratories thousands of times. Particles behave differently when they're being observed. Reality shifts based on the presence of consciousness. Now apply that to the lottery. When millions of people buy tickets, most of them are playing from a state of lack. They're thinking, I need this money because I don't have enough. They're desperate. They're hoping against hope. And that energy, that frequency of need and scarcity, it repels abundance. It creates resistance in the quantum field. But when someone plays from a state of certainty, from a place of already feeling abundant, from the energy of this is mine, something different happens. The field responds. The probabilities shift. What looked impossible becomes inevitable. You want to know the real secret. Jackpot winners don't win because they got lucky. They win because they aligned with the frequency of winning before they ever claimed their prize. They felt wealthy before they had wealth. They acted abundant before abundance arrived. They believed with certainty while everyone around them doubted, and the universe has no choice but to match that frequency. So, let's talk about where you are right now. You clicked on this video because something in you is shifting. You're tired of playing small. You're tired of watching other people win while you wonder when it's going to be your turn. But here's the shift that needs to happen. Stop waiting for your turn. Start claiming it. Your turn isn't coming. It's already here. The moment you recognize that, everything changes. There's an invisible selection process happening right now. And it has nothing to do with luck. The universe is scanning for specific frequencies. It's looking for people who are ready to receive massive abundance, people who won't waste it, people who will use it wisely, people whose energy is clear enough to hold that level of wealth without self-destructing. And if you're watching this video, you're in that selection pool, you've been noticed. Now you just need to solidify the alignment. Let me share something that very few people understand about manifestation. Most people think you manifest by wanting something really badly, but that's exactly backward. Wanting creates more wanting. Needing creates more need. The universe doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to resonance. When your internal frequency matches the frequency of what you desire, it materializes, not through effort, through alignment. Think about a radio. When you want to hear a specific station, you don't try harder. You tune the dial. You adjust the frequency until it matches the broadcast. Once it matches, the music comes through clearly. Your lottery win is already broadcasting. It's already a reality in the quantum field. You just need to tune yourself to that frequency. And that's what we're doing right now. This video is the tuning fork. These words are adjusting your frequency in real time. If this resonates with you, hit that like button and subscribe to stay plugged into this frequency of conscious creation. Have you noticed how you feel right now? There's something different, isn't there? A subtle shift in your chest, a warming sensation, maybe a tingling at the base of your spine. That's not imagination. That's your energy body responding to truth. When your consciousness encounters information that aligns with your destiny, your body knows before your mind does. Pay attention to that feeling. It's confirmation that you're on the right path. Now, let's go deeper into the signs because you've been receiving them, but you might not have recognized them all. The first sign that you're being prepared for a jackpot win is unexplainable optimism. You wake up some mornings and you just feel good. There's no logical reason. Nothing changed in your external circumstances, but something inside you feels lighter, like a weight lifted. That's your future self bleeding through. When you're close to a major manifestation, your higher self begins preparing your energy body. You start feeling the emotions of the wind before it happens. The second sign is sudden clarity about numbers. Maybe you keep seeing the same numbers everywhere. Maybe you have dreams with specific digits. Maybe you feel drawn to choose numbers you normally wouldn't pick. This is not your imagination. Your consciousness is tapping into the informational field where outcomes already exist. Past, present, and future are not separate. They're all happening simultaneously in different layers of reality. When you're aligned, you can access information from probable futures, those numbers appearing in your awareness. They're not random, they're coordinates. The third sign is increased synchronicity around wealth. You might be thinking about money and then find $1 on the ground. You might be talking about abundance and receive an unexpected check. You might dream about luxury and wake up to see an ad for something expensive. These are not coincidences. The universe is testing your recognition. It's showing you in small ways that it's listening, that it's responding. These small synchronicities are previews. They're telling you the big one is coming. The fourth sign is people around you start winning things. Maybe a coworker wins a raffle. Maybe a friend hits a small jackpot. Maybe you hear multiple stories in 1 week about people getting unexpected money. When this happens, don't feel jealous. Feel excited because abundance is contagious. When the people in your energetic field start receiving, it means the frequency of receiving is active in your reality. You're in the wave, your turn is coming. What signs have you been noticing lately? Drop a comment below and share what synchronicities or shifts you've experienced around abundance. The fifth sign, and this is a big one, is the disappearance of resistance. You used to worry about money constantly. You used to stress about bills. But lately, even though nothing has changed externally, you feel calmer, more trusting, like somehow you know it's going to work out. That's not denial, that's alignment. When you stop resisting, you stop repelling. When you relax into trust, you open the door for miracles to enter. But here's where most people sabotage themselves. They receive all these signs, they feel the shift happening, and then doubt creeps in. They think this is too good to be true. People like me don't win the lottery. What if I'm just fooling myself? And the moment they entertain that doubt, they drop out of alignment. Their frequency shifts from certainty back to lack, and the manifestation stalls. So, let me be very clear about something. Doubt is normal. It's going to show up. Your logical mind is going to question everything I'm telling you. That's fine. Don't fight the doubt. Just don't give it power. When doubt appears, acknowledge it. Thank it for trying to protect you, and then consciously choose to return to belief. Not blind faith, but informed certainty. You're not believing in magic. You're understanding how energy works. You're recognizing that consciousness shapes reality. And that's not belief, that's physics. Here's a practice that will anchor your alignment. Every morning when you wake up, before you check your phone, before you do anything else, close your eyes and feel what it's like to have already won. Don't visualize it, feel it. Feel the relief, feel the excitement. Feel the gratitude, feel the freedom. Let that emotion move through your body for at least 60 seconds. When you do this, you're not pretending, you're tuning, you're setting your frequency for the day. And the more consistently you do this, the faster the external reality shifts to match. Another powerful practice is speaking your win into existence, not from a place of desperation, but from declaration. Say out loud, I am a lottery jackpot winner. Abundance flows to me easily. I am aligned with massive wealth. The universe is orchestrating my win right now. When you speak these words, you're not lying to yourself. You're programming your subconscious. You're instructing the quantum field. You're claiming what's already yours in the realm of potential. But there's something even more important than practices and techniques. It's your relationship with money itself. Many people want to win the lottery, but deep down they have conflicted feelings about wealth. Maybe they were taught that money is the root of evil. Maybe they believe rich people are greedy. Maybe they feel guilty about wanting abundance when others are struggling, and these subconscious blocks will sabotage every manifestation attempt. So before you can win, you need to make peace with wealth. You need to understand that money is just energy. It's not good or bad, it's neutral. What matters is how you use it. And if you're someone who would use wealth to help others, to create positive change, to live with more freedom and joy, then you're exactly the kind of person who should have it. The universe wants to give abundance to people who will circulate it, who will appreciate it, who will honor it. If that's you, then you're qualified, and any belief that says otherwise is just old programming that needs to be released. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. The lottery is not random. I know that's what we've all been taught, but think about it. If reality is consciousness based, if observation influences outcome, if intention shapes probability, then nothing is truly random. Every lottery draw is influenced by the collective consciousness of everyone playing. And within that collective field, individual frequencies create ripples. Strong, clear, aligned frequencies create bigger ripples. And sometimes those ripples collapse the wave function in a very specific way, in a way that looks like luck, but is actually coherence. You are not trying to beat the odds. You are trying to become the person whose frequency naturally attracts winning outcomes. There's a difference. One is struggle, the other is alignment. One is hoping, the other is knowing, and knowing is magnetic. Now I want you to do something right now. Pause for just a moment, take a deep breath and notice how different you feel compared to when you started this video. Something shifted, didn't it? You feel more open, more hopeful, more certain. That's not because I gave you a magic formula. It's because these words are tuning you. They're reminding you of what you already know deep down. That you are powerful, that you are deserving, that your win is already written in the quantum field. It's just waiting for you to step into the frequency where it can materialize. And this is the moment where I want to invite you to do something. I want you to take a moment and comment below with this exact phrase, I am aligned with my jackpot win. Don't just read it, type it, speak it into the field, because when you declare something publicly, when you commit it to words, you're sending a signal. You're telling the universe, I'm ready, I'm claiming this. I'm stepping into alignment. This is not a superstition. This is an energetic practice. So go ahead, comment below right now. I am aligned with my jackpot win. Let that be your declaration, your commitment, your signal to the quantum field that you are ready to receive. There's something powerful that happens when a community of people all align their intention toward the same frequency. It creates what scientists call coherence. It amplifies the field, and when the field is amplified, manifestations happen faster. So by commenting, you're not just declaring for yourself. You're adding your frequency to a collective wave. And that wave is building momentum. That wave is creating ripples in the probability field. That wave is making the impossible possible. Now, let's talk about timing because I know this is on your mind. When is it going to happen? When will the wind come? And here's the truth. It's already happening. The orchestration has already begun. The universe is moving pieces into place right now. People are being positioned. Events are being arranged. Numbers are being aligned. You don't need to know when. You just need to stay in the frequency, because the moment you drop into impatience, you create resistance, and resistance delays manifestation. Think of it this way. Imagine you ordered something online. The moment you clicked purchase, the process began. The warehouse received your order. Someone packed your item. It was shipped. It's on its way to you. But you can't see any of that happening. From your perspective, you're just waiting. And if you spend all your time obsessing about when it will arrive, checking the tracking constantly, worrying that it got lost, you're creating stress. But the package is coming regardless. Your job is just to trust the process and go about your life. That's exactly how manifestation works. The moment you aligned with your jackpot win, the universe began orchestrating it. It's on its way. Your job is to stay in the frequency and let it arrive. But here's what will speed up the manifestation: gratitude, not gratitude for what you hope will come, gratitude for what's already here. When you wake up grateful for your life as it is right now, you signal to the universe that you recognize abundance. You see the wealth that's already present, the wealth of breath in your lungs, the wealth of a body that functions, the wealth of relationships, experiences, opportunities. And when you recognize the abundance that's already here, you magnetize more abundance. What you appreciate appreciates, so make this a daily practice. Every single morning, name 5 things you're grateful for, and don't just list them mechanically, feel them. Let the gratitude move through your body, let it fill your chest, let it bring tears to your eyes if it wants to. Because that emotional frequency, that genuine appreciation, it's one of the highest vibrations you can emit. And high vibrations attract high vibration outcomes, like jackpot wins. Another key is detachment. And this is where it gets subtle. You want to hold your desire with certainty, but without desperation. You want to know it's coming, but not need it to come, because need creates lack, and lack repels abundance. So how do you do this? You claim your win, and then you release it. You say, "This is mine. It's already done. And now I trust the universe to deliver it in perfect timing." And then you go live your life. You don't obsess. You don't check your ticket 20 times a day. You don't tell everyone you're about to win. You just quietly know, and you let the knowing carry you. This is the state that Zen masters call effortless action. In Chinese philosophy, it's called wuyui. It's doing without forcing, moving without strain, creating without struggle, and it's the most powerful state for manifestation because it combines intention with surrender. You're clear about what you want, but you're not attached to how or when it arrives. That's the sweet spot. That's where miracles happen. Now let's talk about what happens after you win, because this is important. Many lottery winners lose everything within a few years. Why? Because they weren't energetically prepared to hold that level of wealth. They won the money, but they didn't win the consciousness to manage it. Their frequency didn't match the abundance, so the abundance couldn't stay. It flowed right back out. And this is why the universe is preparing you now before you win, so that when the money comes, you're ready. You're stable, you're wise, you can hold it, grow it, enjoy it, and share it. So start practicing now. Start treating yourself like someone who already has millions, not by spending money you don't have, but by honoring yourself. By making decisions from abundance instead of scarcity, by being generous when you can, by taking care of your health, your relationships, your environment. Because the person who wins the jackpot is already living like a winner before the numbers come in. They're already wealthy in their mindset, and the money is just the external confirmation of an internal state. If this message is resonating with you, if something about this frequency is touching something deep inside you, then I invite you to subscribe not just to this channel, but to this movement, this space where we understand that reality is fluid, that consciousness is creative, that you are far more powerful than you've been taught to believe. Subscribe to stay connected to this frequency, because the more you immerse yourself in this energy, the more you listen to these truths, the more you surround yourself with people who believe in possibility. The faster your manifestation will materialize. You're not subscribing to content. You're subscribing to a field, a frequency, a community of conscious creators who are done playing small and ready to claim what's theirs. And here's something most people don't realize. The lottery itself is a spiritual teacher. It forces you to confront your beliefs about worthiness, about luck, about fairness. It asks you the question, do you believe you deserve sudden massive abundance for no other reason than you exist? And most people can't say yes to that question. They think abundance has to be earned through years of hard work. They think you have to suffer to deserve blessing, but that's not how the universe operates. The universe gives to those who are open, to those who believe they are worthy, to those who can receive without guilt. So I'm asking you now, do you believe you are worthy of a jackpot win? Not because you worked hard, not because you're a good person, but simply because you exist. Because you are a conscious being in this universe. Because abundance is your birthright. If you can say yes to that without hesitation, without conditions, then you are ready and your win is imminent. But if there's still doubt, still that voice that says, why would I deserve millions when there are people starving? Then we need to address that, because that thought is noble, but it's also a trap. You winning the lottery doesn't take money away from anyone else. Abundance is infinite. The universe is not a pie where your slice makes someone else's smaller. The universe is a field of unlimited potential. There is more than enough for everyone. And you winning, you stepping into massive wealth, it doesn't harm anyone. In fact, it helps, because when you have resources, you can do more good. You can help more people. You can be the change you want to see in the world. So, release the guilt. Release the belief that you need to justify your desire for wealth. You don't. It's okay to want luxury. It's okay to want freedom. It's okay to want ease. These desires are not selfish. They're human. And when you honor them without shame, you open the door for them to manifest. Let's go even deeper now into the quantum mechanics of winning. Every lottery draw has billions of possible outcomes, but only one outcome collapses into reality. What determines which one? In classical physics, it's random. But in quantum physics, observation collapses the wave function. Consciousness selects reality from probability. So theoretically, if enough consciousness focuses on a specific outcome with enough coherence, that outcome becomes more probable. It's not guaranteed, but it's influenced. This is why mass meditations have been shown to reduce crime rates, why collective prayer has measurable effects, why intention experiments have demonstrated that consciousness can influence random number generators. Consciousness is not passive, it's creative. And when you direct your consciousness with clarity and emotion toward a specific outcome, you are literally shifting probabilities. Now, what we've been exploring today is the entry point into conscious creation, but it's really just the beginning of understanding how to become the broadcast itself rather than someone tuning into a signal. In my complete guide, Beyond the Frequencies, a quantum guide to consciousness mastery, I walk you through the 9 master frequencies that transform you from magnetic attraction into effortless creation, including the specific practices for breaking free from the frequency prison of need and stepping into the field where abundance becomes your natural state of being. It's linked in the pinned comment below. So every time you play the lottery, you're not just buying a ticket. You're casting a vote in the probability field. You're adding your consciousness to the collective outcome. And the stronger your belief, the clearer your intention, the more aligned your frequency, the more weight your vote carries. This is not magical thinking. This is understanding how reality works at the deepest level. And here's where it gets really interesting. Time is not linear. The future is not set. There are multiple probable futures existing simultaneously in the quantum field, and your consciousness navigates between them. Every choice you make, every thought you think, every emotion you feel, it's steering you toward one probable future or another. Right now, there is a version of your future where you are a lottery jackpot winner. It's already real, it's already happening in the quantum field, and every time you align with that frequency, you move closer to that timeline. Every time you visualize it, feel it, declare it, believe it, you are collapsing the wave function toward that specific outcome. This is not fantasy. This is how reality works. You are not a passive observer waiting for life to happen to you. You are an active participant, co-creating your experience with the universe. And the lottery is just one expression of that creative power. When you understand this, truly understand it, everything changes. You stop playing the lottery hoping to get lucky. You start playing the lottery as a conscious creator, deliberately collapsing probability into the outcome you desire. Now, I want to give you a specific technique that amplifies this process. It's called quantum jumping, and it's based on the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. The idea is that every possible version of you exists in parallel realities, and you can consciously shift from one reality to another by changing your frequency. So here's how you apply it to the lottery. Close your eyes and imagine that there is another version of you in a parallel reality who has already won the jackpot. See that version of yourself. How do they stand? How do they move? How do they feel? What's different about their energy? Now step into that version. Imagine yourself merging with them, becoming them. Feel their confidence, their certainty, their calm knowing that they are abundant. Breathe as they breathe, think as they think, feel as they feel, and then open your eyes and carry that energy with you. When you do this practice consistently, something remarkable happens. You start to become that version of yourself. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So when you consistently inhabit the energy of the winner, your brain begins to rewire. Your behavior begins to shift. Your frequency begins to match, and the external reality has no choice but to rearrange itself to reflect the internal shift. This is not visualization. This is identity shifting. You're not imagining a future where you win. You're becoming the person who has already won, and when you become that person, the win is inevitable, because you and the win are now the same frequency. You're no longer chasing it, you are it. Let me tell you about something called the placebo effect. It's when people take a sugar pill thinking it's medicine, and they actually heal. Their belief in the treatment creates the result even though the treatment itself is inert. This proves that belief is powerful enough to change biology. If belief can heal your body, why can't belief influence probability? Why can't certainty attract winning numbers? It can, and it does. But most people don't believe with enough intensity to collapse the probability wave. So the question is not whether you can win. The question is whether you believe you can win with the same intensity that a placebo patient believes they'll heal. That level of belief, that unshakable knowing, that's what creates miracles. And you're capable of that level of belief. You just have to cultivate it. And that's what this video is doing. It's cultivating that belief. It's watering the seed of knowing that already exists inside you. You've been playing the lottery for how long? And maybe you've wondered why you keep playing even when you don't win. Here's why. Because deep down some part of you knows. Some part of you has always known that your win is coming. And that knowing has kept you in the game. That knowing has kept you buying tickets. That knowing is not delusion. It's precognition. It's your higher self guiding you toward your destined outcome. So trust that knowing. Don't let logic talk you out of it. Don't let statistics discourage you. Don't let other people's skepticism dim your inner light because they're not on your path. They're not tuned to your frequency. They don't have access to the information your soul is receiving. You do. And that information is telling you to keep going, to stay aligned, to trust the process because your time is coming. In fact, let me be even more specific. Your time is not coming, your time is now, the orchestration is already complete, the numbers are already selected, the timeline is already set, you just can't see it yet from your current vantage point. But it's done. The only thing left is for linear time to catch up with quantum reality, and that's going to happen faster than you think. Now, as we come toward the end of this message, I want you to do one more thing. I want you to drop one word in the comments. Just one word that captures the energy you're choosing moving forward. Maybe it's abundance, maybe it's certainty, maybe it's victory. Whatever word resonates with you, type it below. Because that word is your energetic signature to the quantum field. It's your declaration, your commitment, your signal that you are ready to receive. And when hundreds, thousands of people all leave their word, all send their signal, we create a massive wave in the field, we create collective coherence. And that coherence amplifies everyone's individual manifestation. So go ahead, leave your word, claim your frequency, join this movement of conscious creators who are done waiting and ready to receive. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Subscribe not just to stay connected, but to stay coherent, to stay aligned with this frequency, to surround yourself with the energy of possibility, abundance, and manifestation. Because the more of us who hold this frequency, the more the world reflects that truth. The more of us who win, the more winning becomes normalized. The more of us who step into abundance, the more abundance becomes available to everyone. This is not just about you winning the lottery. This is about all of us remembering our power. All of us reclaiming our creative authority. All of us stepping into the truth that we are not victims of randomness, but co-creators with the universe. You are not watching this video by accident. You are here because you are being prepared. Because you are being chosen. Because your frequency has risen to the level where massive abundance can enter your life without destroying you. And the lottery jackpot is just the beginning. It's the universe's way of showing you what you're capable of, what you can attract, what you can create when you align your consciousness with your desire. So claim it, believe it, know it, feel it, and then let it go. Trust that it's already done. Trust that the universe is orchestrating everything perfectly. Trust that your win is not a matter of if, but when. And when it happens, when you're holding that winning ticket, when the numbers match and the reality shifts and the money flows in, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember this video. You'll remember the feeling you had right now. And you'll know that it wasn't luck. It wasn't chance. It was alignment. It was consciousness. It was you stepping into your power and claiming what was always meant to be yours. This is your sign. This is your confirmation. This is your moment. The lottery jackpot is already yours. You just needed to see it, and now you do. Stay ready, stay aligned, stay certain, because what happens next will not be coincidence. It will be confirmation. You are chosen, you are ready, you are about to win. But let's go even deeper into something that most people completely overlook. The relationship between your current financial reality and your future lottery win. Many people think these are separate. They think, I'm broke now, but when I win the lottery, everything will change. But that's not how energy works. That's not how the quantum field operates. Your current relationship with money is creating your future relationship with money. And if there's scarcity consciousness in your present, it will sabotage your abundance in the future. So, here's what needs to happen. You need to start acting like a wealthy person now. Not by spending money you don't have, but by shifting your energy around money. When you pay your bills, don't do it with resentment. Do it with gratitude. Thank the electricity company for keeping your lights on. Thank the water company for providing clean water. Thank your landlord for providing shelter. This shift seems small, but it's massive, because when you pay from gratitude instead of lack, you're telling the universe, I have more than enough. I am abundant. And the universe responds to that signal. Start tipping more generously, even if it's just an extra $1, even if it stretches you slightly, because generosity is the language of abundance. When you give freely, you signal to the quantum field that you trust more is coming. You're not hoarding, you're not contracting, you're flowing, and money flows to those who flow with it. Notice how you talk about money. Do you say things like, I can't afford that? Do you complain about prices? Do you stress about expenses? Every time you speak lack, you create more lack. So start catching yourself. When you're about to say, I can't afford it, shift to, I'm choosing to invest my resources elsewhere right now. Feel the difference. One statement comes from powerlessness, the other comes from choice, and choice is the frequency of abundance. Here's something else that's critical. Your lottery win is not going to solve all your problems. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. Money amplifies who you already are. If you're unhappy now, you'll be unhappy with money. If you're anxious now, you'll be anxious with money. If you don't know how to manage $1 0 you won't know how to manage 1,000,000. This is why the universe is preparing you now. It's showing you where you need to grow, where you need to heal, where you need to develop wisdom. So use this waiting period wisely, work on yourself. Heal your relationship with money, learn about investments, study how wealthy people think, read books about abundance, watch videos about financial literacy. Because when your win comes, and it will, you want to be ready. You want to be the kind of person who can receive millions and not lose it, who can handle sudden wealth with grace and wisdom, who can be a good steward of abundance. And here's a practice that will accelerate everything. Start celebrating other people's wins. When you hear about someone winning the lottery, don't feel jealous, feel excited. Say out loud, that's amazing, I'm next. Because jealousy is a frequency of lack. It says there's not enough for everyone, but celebration is a frequency of abundance. It says if they can win, so can I. The universe is abundant, there's plenty for all of us. This shift alone will transform your manifestation speed. Because when you can genuinely celebrate others, you're removing resistance. You're opening yourself up. You're saying yes to the flow of abundance, and the universe loves that. It responds to that. It says, oh, you're ready. You're not going to be bitter or contracted when you receive. You're going to be joyful and generous. Let's give you what you're asking for. Now let me address something that might be happening right now. As you're watching this, as you're feeling into this energy, your logical mind might be fighting back. It might be saying, this is nonsense. The lottery is pure mathematics. This spiritual stuff doesn't change probability. And I want you to know that voice is normal. That's your conditioning speaking. That's everything you've been taught about how reality works. But what if everything you were taught was incomplete? Quantum physics has already proven that consciousness affects reality. The double-slit experiment showed that particles behave differently when observed. Experiments with random number generators have shown that human intention can influence outcomes. Studies on meditation have proven that focused consciousness can change measurable phenomena. This is not woo-woo, this is science. It's just science that hasn't made it into mainstream awareness yet. So when your logical mind doubts, don't fight it. Just remind it of the facts. Consciousness is creative. Observation influences outcome. Intention shapes probability. These are not beliefs. These are demonstrable realities, and you're learning to harness them. You're learning to work with the quantum field instead of against it. You're learning to be a conscious creator instead of a passive observer. And here's the beautiful thing. You don't have to understand how it works. You just have to allow it to work. A seed doesn't need to understand photosynthesis to grow. A bird doesn't need to understand aerodynamics to fly. And you don't need to understand quantum mechanics to manifest. You just need to align. You just need to believe. You just need to stay in frequency. Let's talk about timing again, because this is where people lose faith. They align for a week, a month, maybe even a few months, and when the win doesn't come immediately, they think, see, it doesn't work. But manifestation doesn't work on your timeline. It works on divine timing, and divine timing takes into account factors you can't see. Maybe you're not quite ready yet. Maybe there's a lesson you need to learn first. Maybe the universe is arranging circumstances so that when you win, you'll win even bigger. Maybe you're being protected from winning too soon before you develop the consciousness to handle it. So patience is not passive. Patience is faith in motion. It's continuing to show up even when you don't see results yet. It's trusting that the work you're doing internally is creating shifts externally. Even if you can't measure them, it's knowing that every day you stay in alignment, you're getting closer, and then one day suddenly it all clicks into place. The wind comes and you realize it came at exactly the perfect moment. Not a second too early, not a second too late. I want to share something personal with you. Every single person who teaches about manifestation, every single person who understands these principles has gone through the waiting period. We've all had moments where we wondered if it was real, where we doubted if it would happen, where we questioned if we were fooling ourselves. That's part of the process. Universe is testing your conviction. It's asking, do you really believe this, or are you just hoping? And when you continue to believe even when you don't see evidence yet, that's when you pass the test. That's when the manifestation accelerates. So if you're in the waiting period right now, know that you're exactly where you need to be. This is not delay. This is preparation. Every day that passes, you're being refined, you're being prepared, you're being upgraded to match the frequency of massive abundance. And when you're finally ready, when your frequency is perfectly aligned, the win will come so naturally, it will almost feel anticlimactic, because you'll have already been living as a winner for so long. The external confirmation will just be a formality. Here's another key insight. Your lottery win is connected to your life purpose. The universe doesn't give people massive resources randomly. It gives them to people who will use them in alignment with their purpose. So ask yourself, what would you do with lottery millions? Would you just buy stuff and retire? Or would you create something, help people, build something meaningful, fund a cause you believe in? The clearer you are about how you'll use the money, the faster it comes. Because the universe is not interested in making you comfortable. It's interested in making you effective. It wants to work through you. And when you have a clear vision for how you'll use wealth to create positive impact, you become a channel for abundance. You become someone the universe wants to resource. Not because you deserve it more than others, but because you're ready to be a conduit. You're ready to let abundance flow through you, not just to you. So start dreaming bigger. Don't just think about the cars and houses you'll buy. Think about the lives you'll change, the organizations you'll support, businesses you'll start, the family members you'll help, the charities you'll fund, the legacy you'll create. When your vision is bigger than yourself, when it's about contribution and not just consumption, you align with a higher level of abundance. And that's when the really big manifestations happen. I want you to pause for a moment and consider this. If someone you know is playing the lottery, struggling with scarcity consciousness, or seeking their breakthrough, share this video with them. When you share these quantum principles, you're not just helping them align with abundance. You're reinforcing your own understanding, creating an energetic ripple that accelerates both your manifestations. The act of giving this knowledge away actually magnetizes more abundance toward you. It's the paradox of the quantum field. What you circulate multiplies. Now, I want to give you one more powerful technique. It's called scripting. Take out a journal or open a notes app on your phone and write out your lottery win as if it's already happened. Don't write, I will win the lottery. Write, I won the lottery. Use past tense. Describe the moment you checked your numbers. Describe how you felt. Describe what you did next. Describe telling your family. Describe the first thing you bought. Make it vivid. Make it detailed. Make it real. When you do this, you're not fantasizing. You're collapsing the wave function. You're taking a potential future and making it feel real in your nervous system. And when your nervous system believes something is real, your subconscious begins working to make it happen. Your behavior shifts, your energy shifts, your frequency shifts, and reality shifts to match. Do this practice once a week. Write out your win in different ways, from different angles with different details. Keep making it more real. Keep making it more vivid. Keep training your subconscious to accept that this is not a maybe. This is a certainty, and watch what happens. Watch how your confidence grows. Watch how your faith solidifies. Watch how synchronicity increase. This is not magical thinking. This is how you program your subconscious to work with you instead of against you. And here's the final piece, community. You are not on this journey alone. There are thousands of people watching this video who are on the same path, who are aligning with the same frequency, who are claiming their own lottery wins. And when a community of people all hold the same intention, something powerful happens. The field becomes coherent. The energy amplifies. What would take years individually can happen in months collectively. This is why I keep inviting you to engage, to comment, to subscribe, to be part of this space, because you're not just learning information. You're joining a frequency. You're plugging into a collective field of abundance consciousness. And the more people who join that field, the stronger it becomes. The more wins that happen within the community, the more wins become normal, expected, natural. So stay connected, keep watching these videos, Keep engaging with this content. Keep surrounding yourself with people who believe in possibility instead of limitation. Keep choosing faith over doubt. Keep choosing abundance over scarcity. Keep choosing certainty over fear, because every choice you make is a vote for which reality you want to experience. And when you consistently vote for abundance, abundance is what you'll receive. Your lottery win is not a distant dream. It's a present reality that hasn't materialized yet, and the gap between the invisible and the visible is closing every single day. Every time you align, every time you believe, every time you feel it, every time you declare it, you're pulling that future closer. You're collapsing the distance between where you are and where you're going, until one day they're the same, until one day you're standing there with the winning ticket in your hand, and you'll know without a doubt that it wasn't luck. It was consciousness, it was alignment, it was you remembering your power and claiming what was always meant to be yours. You are a lottery winner, not because I'm telling you that, but because you've already chosen it. You've already aligned with it, you've already claimed it. The rest is just details. The rest is just time catching up with truth. And that time is shorter than you think. Stay ready, stay aligned, stay certain. Because your moment is coming, and when it arrives, everything changes, everything. Now, here's something critical you need to understand. The moment you clicked on this video, you initiated a quantum observation. Your consciousness selected this reality from infinite possibilities, and that act of observation doesn't stop when the video ends. Right now, the field is watching your next move. What you do in the next 24 hours will either collapse the wave function toward your jackpot win or scatter your frequency back into uncertainty. Your energy is at a peak. Your alignment is activated. And the universe is quite literally measuring whether you're ready to receive. This is not metaphor. This is quantum mechanics in action. I've created another video that breaks down exactly what's happening in this observation window and how to navigate it so you don't lose momentum. It's called Under Quantum Observation, your next move decides everything. Watch it next, because understanding how to hold this frequency through the observation window is what separates those who win from those who almost